I want to do a gown made out of hair. Funny enough, we ran out of hair, so we were going to make a gown.
Right.
वो बाल ही खत्म हो गए इतने बाल. I could not arrange more hair. 2 days before we had to go, we didn't have enough hair because I had put like 40-inch, 30-inch of hair into it, and it turned out to be a dress. Being an actress, I've been so used to being rejected that when I was doing a business, no never meant no to me. Like if anybody said no in first go, I would not take no for an answer. Don't worry, you are going to live every dream you ever dreamt of. God will give you more than you ever asked for, and you will make yourself so proud.
Hi, welcome to the Indulge podcast. This is Anshula Dhuleka, and joining us today is the amazingly talented actress and entrepreneur Parul Gulati. Welcome.
Thank you, Anshula.
And how has your stay in Hyderabad been so far?
So far, it's been good. It's really hot outside. Grateful that we are inside. So yeah, I really like Hyderabad whenever I come here. I love the vibe of the city.
And you recently walked your first Cannes red carpet, right? In this unconventional hairdress. Can you tell us a bit about that experience?
When I got the invite, then I was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
That will be like, okay, that's Parul, or that's where we see her, that's how we envisioned she would do, because I was not going with a movie, right? When you go with a movie, you have a story to tell, you can talk about something. So I was like, why not? I wear my brand. And it was just surreal. And I love cinema, I love world cinema, watching movies. So being my own brand and being at world's most prestigious film festival was an honor and a dream both.
Right. And how did that conception of the idea come to, take braided hair and make it couture garments?
It was all Mohit Rai, Itr Official, who are the designers. My manager and I were discussing, my agent slash manager, Manpreet. She said, wear something or carry a Malkin bag or do something that's you. And then I just took a moment. I took 2 days. I was like, I want to definitely do a sari, very blouse-less sari. That's one look I ended up doing eventually. And I want to do a gown made out of hair. Funny enough, we ran out of hair, so we were going to make a gown.
Right.
वो बाल ही खत्म हो गए इतने बाल. I could not arrange more hair. 2 days before we had to go, we didn't have enough hair because I had put like 40-inch, 30-inch of hair into it. And it turned out to be a dress. And Mohit is known for giving very fitted dresses.
Right.
If you go to his page, you'll be like, oh, we've seen this dress, we've seen this dress. He styles best of the best. He styles your Rasha to Janvi to Rasha's that purple dress. Have you seen that?
Right, yeah.
Structured dress. Yeah, so he's known for cinching it in. And he's like, we'll do it in a way that needs to look couture. It should not scream hair the moment you see it. You first look at it on dress. Oh, it's hair.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted. So that's how conception to how then you saw it in real.
And how important do you think global red carpets like the Cannes are, helping you tell your story culturally and personally?
It is a great platform, and if you're offered to be there, I mean, it's how you use it. And it's surprising enough that they needed these many Indians to be a part of it. If you see, there were South Asian representation was insane this time, right? I was just a proud Indian walking there, and I was just telling Reva sometime back, we were walking on the streets. I mean, I could see Anupama sitting somewhere. Then I saw Nancy doing her photo shoot on the streets, and we all know each other. Just Nancy got such a good recognition, and her dreams came true, and that representation she brought, that you can be a young girl who has dreams and fulfill it and be at such a stage. But yeah, to answer your question to the point, it means a lot.
Yeah. And you have 2 exciting new projects coming up, Donali and another comedy film. Can you tell us a bit about your characters and the story?
So Donali, I play a bandit. I am a full Daku. Daku, Donali means it double barrel gun. So it's also comedy, by the way. It's really, really funny. I don't know when it'll release. I hope they release it really, really soon so that I can share more about it. But it's like kind of like a treasure hunt based in 1940s, and when actually bandits used to be like full bandits. And it's really funny. There's Devendu, there's Chunky Pandey, just name it, everybody is there. And second one, I can't speak much about till they actually do an official announcement.
Right. And were there any takeaways or standout moments from filming Donali?
Definitely, the cast was insane. I mean, I can't tell you the actors that are there in it, and to be a part of such an ensemble, every day was a new learning. And we were shooting in Chambal, like deep Chambal ke jungle mein. There were so many takeaways from there. Just I learned patience, I learned action, I learned full-on action for that series, how to shoot a proper Donali, and just lots and lots of fun we had when you work with such senior, reputed actors.
Right. And throughout your career, you've gravitated towards these strong, layered female characters from Huxley to Girls Hostel.
You seen Huxley?
I've read about it.
I play a journalist in that.
Yeah. Journalist from Kashmir, right?
Yes.
And even in Made in Heaven, where you stand up for, your actress when she's getting laid off of a film. So is that a conscious choice you make while picking out roles?
I think ever since I started doing web series, it was a conscious decision that it has to be different from one another. And even if it's a small part, like the kind I played in Made in Heaven, it's really a small part. I'm not even the regular cast or the main character, not even the bride in it. Because those are the characters that stand out the most. I play bride's manager, who's a superstar. So it has to matter. It cannot just be present anywhere. Whether it's comedy, I think anyway women are such strong people. So if it's a good writer, they'll anyway portray it in such a way. So I think it has been kind of a conscious decision that character has to speak to me at least, or something that I stand for.
Yeah, and I mean, being an actress and also an entrepreneur, do those two identities kind of, feed into each other creatively?
They do. I mean, whatever I learned from acting, I could use it in business, and whatever I've learned now from business, I'm putting it into my acting. For example, being an actress, I've been so used to being rejected that when I was doing a business, no never meant no to me. Like if anybody said no in first go, I would not take no for an answer ever, because I was like, there's always a way. Because when we shoot, it's raining or your outfit will tear in the middle, but you'll fix it immediately. You're always fixing. You're always running on what's the word? Like damage control.
Yeah.
That's how you function, and that's something I could use here, or ease of camera I could use into my business. And then being in business, dealing with real customers and them giving me a reality check that doesn't matter who you are, what you are, if your product is good, what you're selling is good, will work. And that's something I could infuse and use it into my acting then again.
Right. And with such a demanding career, what role does family play in your life?
It's very important, and I'm lucky enough that my mother is the head of manufacturing in my company, so I'm with her every day. Or if not, regular conversation, khana khaya nahi, but main is like, are order gaya hai nahi, or this is happening or not. And my brother too helps me in my Dubai store. So I think I'm very close to family, and somehow my family has become my work, and my work is my family, if that makes sense. Because I think my entire Nisha team is my family. My collective, who's my management team, is my family. So if that was your question, where my family stands, I think I find my family into work and work into family.
Right. And what would be the one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Oh, that don't worry, you are going to live every dream you ever dreamt of. God will give you more than you ever asked for, and you will make yourself so proud.
And lastly, what is next for you in 2025, personally and professionally?
I think my professional life makes me really happy in my personal life. So professionally, I have so many goals that I want to do. A lot of new ranges of products, get into hair care, hair tools is something we are working actively on. Um, Personally, if I could take a trip with my mom, I really want to take her to London this summers. If I can, it'll be such a fun time. I think she'll love it. And my first theatrical is releasing this year, so really excited for that. And just if I could open more and more stores of Niche Hair everywhere, like I have in Hyderabad, which I love.
Yeah, of course. Well, that was all from my side. It was lovely talking to you, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited to see what you do next.
Thank you so much. I really love this interview. You were so well researched. You knew everything.
Thank you.